Hey, what is up guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be comparing two of the top student loan providers. We're going to be breaking down the similarities and differences and the pros and cons between Sallie Mae versus Ascent, which is the better company when it comes to securing your student loans and educational funding for your upcoming semester, whether it be for a college loan or career loan. That's what we're going to be breaking down here in today's video. Again, whether you should go with Ascent or Sallie Mae for your student loans. Now, of course, you should know by far that Sallie Mae is one of the most popular companies, and Ascent is also rising the ranks as another very popular student loan company. So which is the better option for you? It really depends on your terms. That's what we're going to be breaking down here in today's video of, again, Ascent and Sallie Mae. And of course, if you do want to check out either of the companies, there will be links to both Sallie Mae and Ascent linked down below in the video description. If you'd like to follow along or apply for Sallie Mae or Ascent, again, links are available in the video description, and some of which are affiliate links, which can be a great way to help out and support the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and break down Sallie Mae and Ascent. So first, we're going to be starting with Sallie Mae. Now, hands down, as I mentioned, Sallie Mae is one of the most popular student loan companies. They've actually been around the block for a long time and really started out as one of the first companies to offer student loans for students. Now, in terms of what they offer, they do offer a wide variety of different types of student loans that can break down between undergraduate, graduate loans, master's, PhD loans, MBA, law school loans as well under their private student loans, as well as their undergraduate, graduate, and their career training loans. That can also include health professions, dental school, medical, and dental residency loans, as well as bar study loans. So Sallie Mae does offer a wide variety of different types of loans, again, including that undergraduate and graduate level student loan for the student loans that they offer. Now, in terms of those loan terms, again, that can range from fixed rates and variable rates. Again, depending on what you qualify for, your specific rates may be different. Again, really does depend on your personal financial information, and that's why it's best to go through and actually go through the application process to see what you qualify for. But that is the rate ranges, starting at just 2.99% on the fixed rates and starting at 4.37% on those variable rates. Again, it is subject to change depending on what your financial situation looks like. Again, it is an estimated range based on their site, and it does fluctuate and depend on when you're watching this video. Rates may be higher or lower than what you're seeing here in today's video. That's not only just for Sallie Mae, but that's for pretty much any kind of student loan company that you're looking at. Now, another thing to consider as well with Sallie Mae is they do also offer an auto debit discount, and that is shown within these lower rates as well. Now, in terms of those loan amounts that you can get with Sallie Mae for your student loans, their loan amounts start at just $1,000 up to 100% of the school's cost of attendance. This is that certified cost of attendance that includes, a variety of different things. If we look at your student loans and you're looking at different types of student loans, again, if you're looking at maybe your undergraduate loans, in terms of what you can actually cover with your school, again, this is up to 100% of those school certified expenses, and you only need to apply once to get set for the whole year. That's going to include, what's included in there, right? That's going to include things like tuition, fees, books, meals, transportation, and your school may certify that loan amount, again, just to make sure that you don't borrow more than the cost of attendance. Again, the school will confirm your loan amount when you're going through the actual loan application process. In terms of the loan types that are available with Sallie Mae, that includes a variety of different loan types, of course, but essentially we covered the different areas of loans that you can get. But in terms of those actual specific differences here, in terms of the cosigner requirements and things like that, now you don't actually have to have a cosigner with Sallie Mae, although it is highly recommended and highly advantageous because most people, you tend to get more approved if you do have a cosigner. However, it's only required for international students, and DACA students need a US-based cosigner in order to process their loans. Again, only for international students or DACA recipients. One other thing to consider with Sallie Mae is they don't offer student loan refinancing. That is kind of one of the downsides of Sallie Mae. So if you do need to maybe refinance in the future, you can still do it. It's just something that you'll have to do with another company instead of directly through Sallie Mae. And in terms of what they offer, one of the nice pros on Sallie Mae is they do offer loans available to part-time and continuing ed students. So if you are a part-time student, maybe you're not going full-time, you're actually able to also utilize Sallie Mae for your student loans, which can can be a really nice perk and benefit because a lot of other loan companies out there require you to be a full-time student. So Sallie Mae, they do have loans available for part-time and continuing ed students. In terms of the cosigner aspect, right? Again, cosigners are not required, but if you are going to have a cosigner, the cosigner release is available after just 12 payments with Sallie Mae, which is nice. And they also have no origination fees. Now, if we take a look at the link in the video description, that will take you over to this page here where you can compare and shop around from a variety of different top picks for student loans. And Sallie Mae is actually quite in our top list as well here. Now, in terms of the specific details around Sallie Mae, as well, is that they can also offer you, again, that percentage point discount based on the auto debit payments. And they also offer multiple repayment options. In terms of those repayment options, that's from in-school payments to deferred payments. Again, no origination fee or prepayment penalty. And you can borrow up to 100% of the school certified expenses, whether you're online or on campus as well. And again, like I mentioned last year, students were 4 times more likely to be approved with a cosigner. So I do want to mention that statistic here as well, because it is pretty applicable, not just for Sallie Mae, but really any kind of company that you're looking at. And if you click the see how to apply at the link in the video description, it will take you right over to Sallie Mae's online application where you can submit your information as well. Now, one thing to keep in mind with the Sallie Mae's online application is that it is online. It's pretty easy to fill out. You just select whether you're the student or the cosigner. You can go through and submit the online application. However, do keep in mind that their application does require a hard credit check to pre-qualify for their loan. So you do need to be sure that you are going to be loan shopping and rate shopping. Again, you can do that as many times as you want within that month. It's going to still count as just like one hard credit inquiry. So, as long as you're serious about shopping around for loans, you can apply for Sallie Mae. You can apply for other companies as well. But just keep that in mind with their online application process is it is a hard credit check. So you need to be sure that you are serious about loan shopping. Now, another thing to consider with Sallie Mae is that they don't offer parent loans. So in that case, if that's something you're looking for, maybe you need to look at some other lenders. Again, you can also feel free to shop around at the links in the video description. Again, this will be that top pinned link in the video description where you can shop around for a variety of different student loan lenders, including Sallie Mae as well. Now, in terms of other things to keep in mind with Sallie Mae is that they also may have a late payment fee depending on the type of loan that you're going for. So make sure you pay those loans on time and make sure you make those statements paid, right, in full and on time payments for Sallie Mae. Now, moving along here in the list, next up at comparing to Ascent. Now, Ascent is also another popular student loan company. Now, by comparison, Ascent also offers undergraduate and graduate school loans that also includes MBA, medical school, dental school, law school, doctorate, and master's and health professional loans. But in addition, in comparison to Sallie Mae, Ascent also does offer parent loans as well. Now, they do also have the same requirements where they do require cosigners for international students and DACA students. But you aren't required to have a cosigner if you're going with any other kind of loans with them as well. Again, you can go cosign or non-cosign with Ascent, so that's something to keep in mind. And they also have the parent loans, which is kind of cool there. Now, in terms of the loan types and amounts, right, you can cover up to 100% of your college tuition and expenses with fixed rates starting at 2.89%. They also have no fees, low rates, bigger discounts, up to 40 repayment options, and access to coaching and internship support. Now, in addition to that, checking your rate will not impact your credit score. So it is a soft pull by comparison with Ascent, which is a nice benefit. If you do want to check your rates, you can check the links in the video description. If you go through Credible, you can see how to apply with Credible. And they are actually Credible's top pick here through Ascent via the partner links in the video description. So if you want to support the channel, that's one way to do so. You go through the Credible link and then you'll see Ascent. Ascent is actually ranked #1 on Credible's list for the top student loan companies. So that is something to keep in mind there. Again, you can shop around and see Ascent and go through their online application process. In terms of what that looks like, if you go and check their rates, again, it's going to bring you up with their college loan as well as their career training loans. If you apply it for the college loan, it's going to be a similar prompt here in terms of, okay, I'm a student or I am the cosigner. That would include someone else like a parent, guardian, family, or friend. Again, their rates are starting at 2.89%. Again, it depends on your personal financial situation as the types of loans that you'll actually get approved for and the interest rate as well. So do keep that in mind as a little asterisk when you're applying for student loans. Now, other things to keep in mind with Ascent in terms of what you can cover. Now, it is nice that Ascent does consider borrowers with no credit as well. They also have a high loan limit. In terms of that loan amount, it does actually start off at a higher low amount. So on the loan amount, on that low starting figure, it is $2,001 to start with Ascent. So if you just need $1,000, you're better off going with Sallie Mae or anywhere in between. But if you need at least over $2,000, then Ascent could be a good option there. It starts at $2,001 all the way up to $200,000 for undergraduate loans and $400,000 on graduate loan limits with Ascent. So do keep that in mind. They also offer deferment and forbearance options are available with Ascent. And it is nice that they do have a high loan limit as well, and they do have the same cosigner release after just 12 payments. So Ascent and Sallie Mae, same cosigner release, and they also offer up to a 1% interest rate discount for autopay and a 1% cashback rewards. Again, depending on when you're watching this video, certain benefits may or may not be available in terms of the rate discounts. So do keep that in mind. Again, that will be all laid out in the online application to see what interest rates you actually qualify for. Now, some of the downsides with Ascent is that they also do not offer student loan refinancing. So if you are looking for student loan refinancing at some point in the future, maybe interest rates come down, you want to refinance. Again, you can't do that with Ascent either. So Sallie Mae and Ascent have that in common. You can't refinance with either of them. You will have to go with an external loan company in order to do your student loan refinancing. Again, that's just if interest rates change, you maybe want to go through refinancing in the future. You will need to do it with another third-party company. So do keep that in mind. And one other thing with Ascent as well is that their maximum fixed APR is a little bit on the high side by comparison to a lot of other student loan lenders. Now, in terms of those loan terms, they do offer 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, and 20-year loan terms, which can be a good variety of different types of payment options when you're considering Ascent. Now, if we look at more comparisons here between Ascent and Sallie Mae, they are both decent loan options. Now, one other thing to keep in mind when you're comparing the two, like kind of more in a head-to-head scenario, in terms of eligibility requirements, is that Sallie Mae does not actually have any kind of minimum income requirements, whereas with Ascent, they do have a $24,000 a year minimum income requirement in order to qualify for their loans. In terms of whether or not a cosigner is needed, neither technically require cosigners, but with Sallie Mae, if you can't meet the requirements on your own, then you will need a cosigner with Sallie Mae. Honestly, that's kind of like straightforward. I mean, that really would be the case with either of them, but that is something to keep in mind in terms of their specific requirements. Now, in terms of citizenship status, if you're an international student, now, in terms of what that looks like for Sallie Mae or for Ascent, at least with Sallie Mae, you could be a U.S. citizen, permanent resident, or at least have a cosigner that is. With Ascent, on the other hand, all types of citizenship statuses are eligible for the loans with Ascent. That includes temporary residents with an eligible cosigner. So really all types. It's just you have to have somebody who's an eligible resident as your cosigner. So a little bit more flexible on that aspect of it with Ascent versus Sallie Mae. Sallie Mae kind of requires it's like, okay, you have to have a U.S. citizen cosigner. So it's a little bit different with Sallie Mae compared to Ascent. Ascent's a little bit more flexible there. And in terms of that in attendance and what I mentioned before, one of the other benefits with Sallie Mae is you can actually be a part-time student. So they do have loans available for not only just full-time, but also, half-time students if you're part-time, or even less than half-time. Those are kind of how the IRS calculates your student status when you're going and filing your taxes. That's how Sallie Mae calculates it. And with Ascent, on the other hand, you need to be enrolled at least half-time to qualify for the loans with Ascent. So if you're just taking less classes in general, Sallie Mae is probably the better option. You can also do a lower starting loan amount as well. And you don't have to be as full-time of a student compared to Ascent. So that's kind of where those two break down as to which one might be the better option for you. As well as, one other thing to consider when you're looking at which one might be the better option for you, which company is going to give you the better rates. I say this at the end of pretty much every single student loan video. Apply for multiple different student loan companies, whether it be Ascent, Sallie Mae, or even some of the other top lenders in our list like Earnest, SoFi, College Ave, go through and apply for multiple different types of student loans from different companies. Then you can get an idea as to which company is giving you the best interest rate and the best terms for your situation and which company you actually qualify for. Because, at the end of the day, that's the biggest difference, between Ascent and Sallie Mae. Maybe some of the details I described in this video kind of help you decide which one might be better for you, depending on your specific situation. But at the end of the day, apply for as many as you feel comfortable with, and to get, at least a good quote as to which company is going to give you the best deal. Because if you only apply for one, you're not necessarily going to know another one might have given you a better deal, because at the end of the day, you're just trying to get the best interest rate for the money that you need for your school, right? You want to pay less, so it's best to just shop around, apply for different loans, and get an idea before you actually decide which one. Check your rates, see which company's going to give you the best rates. That's ultimately going to be the most important factor when you're deciding between the companies, so long as that you're actually eligible and they can accept your school's program that you're applying for. So guys, hopefully you found this video helpful comparing Ascent and Sallie Mae. Again, if you want to check out Sallie Mae or Ascent, you can check out those links linked down below in the video description. Guys, if you found this video helpful or enjoyed it, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. But anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.